Hi everybody, it's Carol Ann from Roaming RV. I haven't been around for a while. I haven't taped any videos for a couple of months, and this is the very first video that I've recorded in our fifth wheel. And today I want to talk about the difficulties of full-time RVing and making the decision and what the process is. And I know myself included, those of us who have full-timed or are full-timing make it sound so easy. All you have to do is sell your house and move into your RV and you fade off into the sunset having wonderful experiences. Well, that's not always the case. And first of all, I want to stress, yes, I love full-time RVing. That's our intention. That's what we're going to do. We've done it in the past. It's a lifestyle that suits me very well. But today I want to talk about how difficult the decision can be. And it's not as easy as some of us make it out to be. Um, if you're in a relationship or you have a spouse or a significant other, it's a decision both of you have to make. And each one of you has things that are important to you. You have a reason why you want to full time. Some may want to have freedom of responsibility per se. You don't have to worry about mowing the lawn, paying the land taxes, and shoveling snow in the wintertime for those of us who are up in Canada. And those are good reasons, and those are some of my reasons. The other reasons could be maybe you want to do some traveling around to visit family and friends and have your own home with you. You spend a month or two here, a month or two there, and for whatever personal reasons. You may have a purpose that you belong to an organization. I'm just throwing this out, and it's not something I've been involved in. Say you're a antique car buff, and you decide that you want a full-time RV so that you can follow the car shows. Or I know there's people that are avid NASCAR race fans, and they travel around and enjoy the NASCAR races. So it really doesn't matter what your reason is for full timing. My reason personally is because I like to experience new things. I want to meet new people. I enjoy the freedom of getting up in the morning and saying, let's move on. That really appeals to me. I don't like making a lot of plans. I don't want to tell you that in 2 weeks from now I am going to meet you at such and such place. That's not my way of traveling. That may be yours. Not everybody can be that carefree about it. Yeah, do I run into difficulties in the past? Have I? Yes, absolutely. I could tell you a whole story about things like that, but that's part of the story to me. That's part of the reason why I travel. But I'm kind of digressing here. What I wanted to talk about, though, is making the decision to full time. And it has to be a joint effort if you are in a relationship. You have to know what the other person, why they want to full time or why they don't want to full time. You have to understand where both of you are coming from. The first thing you have to do is make that decision. And the reality and the dream are two different things. Dreaming about it for years and talking about it is pretty safe. When it actually comes down to crunch time, sometimes it's not quite as safe and quite as easy as what we would like to think it is. So make your decision, talk about it. If you're on your own, then you just have to talk to yourself. Figure out why you want to do it, how you want to do it. Sometimes that can be a little easier than having to talk your significant other into something that you really want to do. So then if you own a home, you have to make some decisions about whether you are going to keep your house, whether you're going to sell it, whether if you keep it, are you going to rent it out? What is the purpose? Maybe you need to sell the house to come up with the money to purchase your RV. And that's a personal decision as well. We just finished selling our house. That was our decision. for various reasons. My husband's not comfortable having someone else live in his house. I personally do not want the responsibility of worrying about having someone take care of the house while we're away, or making sure that the driveway gets shoveled and such like that. I don't care whether I come back to the house after 3 or 4 months of traveling. That's just not important to me. It's important to my husband. So, you have to compromise and you have to come up with solutions to each of your decisions. So that's a personal decision you have to talk amongst yourselves. Once you sell your house, then you've got this house full of goods that you've been accumulating over a great number of years, probably. And if you're like me, I am a bit of a hoarder. I still have my son, who is 46, his first nightgown. Okay, so yeah, there has to be some decisions made. There's got to be some hard decisions made. And we we sold off most of the stuff. I used Craigslist, I used Kijiji, I had a big yard sale, I advertised on Facebook locally, and it seemed like as fast as I put things on the internet, they were gone. Our yard sale, I advertised that local. I live in a very small town. The population is only 2,500. So you're not drawing on a big crowd, but more interactives personally. And I was able, I think, to sell more things that way. We did have a yard sale. I advertised it from 9 to 12. At 11 o'clock, I shut it down because we had sold everything. So that was a good thing. We have 2 vehicles. Now we decided that we're going to keep both vehicles. I'm going to park my car during the times that we're traveling. I have a safe place that I'm going to leave my car. Now, the other decision that you have to do, and in Canada this is extremely important, if you sell your house, you have to have a home base. Now, that's a decision you have to make too. Are you going to rent somewhere? Are you going to use someone else's address, which is not entirely legal? Are you going to maybe purchase an RV lot that you can come back to and use that as your permanent home base address? Maybe rent a basement suite. There's all kinds of options. Rent a room in somebody's house, pay them rent, and get your mail there and such like that. So that's a personal decision that you have to make. But if you're from Canada and you need a home base, that's an added decision, okay? Then the next thing, after you've got rid of all your goods, you always have one big pile of stuff that you don't want to get rid of. I have all my pictures and mementos and such like that. We chose, plus my husband has all kinds of tools that he's not prepared to get rid of, and I don't blame him. And so we made the decision that we would get a storage locker. And so we did. We got a fairly large one. But then we put everything in it. And as we were putting things in it, I realized, you know what, this is crazy. A lot of this stuff all it is sentimental. I can take a photo of it. And, we need to get rid of some more of this stuff. So we went through a number of the boxes and such, and we got rid of even more. So 2 months into it, I went down to the storage place and asked for a smaller locker, and we moved everything from the big locker into the smaller locker, and I foresee us going even smaller. We're paying $123 a month storage. That's a lot of money. Plus, I'm paying storage insurance to make sure that if the building falls down or there's a fire, that we're covered. I'm not sure that that's a smart way to budget, but in the meantime, until we actually finally make up a decision as what we're going to do, it's there. We have the monthly bill. So the next thing is, now you've got rid of your house, you got rid of your furniture, all your personal belongings, and you've decided what you're going to use as a home base. But now you have to decide where you're going to go and how you're going to travel. We purchased a used fifth wheel. The fifth wheel works well for us because We like having the truck for traveling. You know, when we're parked somewhere, we use the truck to go wherever we want to go. Now, a lot of people use a motorhome with a tow vehicle behind them. That's great. You know what, that would have been our first preference. It comes down to budget. What can you afford? And we can afford a very nice fifth wheel that we can pull behind our truck that is a 2001 Ford F-250 that we've had since new. And it keeps our budget lower, our costs lower. So that's the route that we've gone. So I'm not going to talk about how we're going to travel or anything. I just really wanted to stress today that it's not as easy as what some people think it is. Personally, me, I found it a very easy decision to make. My husband struggled with it, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge for him and for us. I would be lying if I said differently. Is it something that we're looking forward to? Absolutely. The lifestyle of full-time RVing is something that I have craved for years, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think that once my husband it has some experience with it and sheds the responsibility of working and maintaining a house and having to pay these high bills and everything else, I think he's going to come around and understand that it's a good move for both of us. So whatever your reason is, I just, I want to stress how exciting it is to become full-time RVers. I recommend it personally, and I think if you talk to my husband, he'll recommend it as well. But it's not easy. And if I said it was easy, I would be lying. And a lot of people out there are, and I myself included, were rah, rah, rah about full-time RVing. Well, be realistic, know what you're getting into, know the reason why you want a full-time, how you're going to go about it, and make the decision based on fact. Okay, so once again, it's Carol Ann from Roaming RV, and I hope if you choose to become full-time RVers, that it's something that you'll enjoy and make your plans starting today. Thanks. Take care.